Hello, storytellers. This is for the little RPG in Foundry, and if you want to use Foundry, I want to show you something that I just figured out for PDFs because you got to use PDFs in this. So let me just show you real quick. Okay, boy, I want to get the bigger screen. Just another slapdash YouTube video. Okay, so basically. Did I do them all? So, we have now a PDF as our character sheet in the game. And I use a PDF. It's very easy to set up, once if someone shows you how to do it, or if you can figure it out. So I am using PDF Pager. This is PDF Pager. And what happens when you install that is it shows up in your configure settings. And you have to go down to... Where is it? PDF character sheet, and then you can put it in here. Now I guess you can do it for items and stuff, but I just use the character sheet, and so and I've got the character sheet here. It's in the assets folder, the user data folder, and I also now have a new one. So I have this one and then this one, but I'm going to show you, and here's how you can update it without too much damage. But you got to be aware of something. Let me go to this. Let me just go real quick to where I have it all. So here's all the character sheets and the PDFs, and the original is this guy, right? And you have to, I hope you're familiar with doing the, you can edit, and I have the Adobe Suite, the $600 annual thing. So I have all the Photoshop and a Premiere and all that. But if you got to find a PDF editor. To certainly, update your PDF. Obviously, this comes from my InDesign, where I exported this out as a PDF, but then I made a fillable form. And this is the fillable form. Hope you're following me here as I'm going all around. Prepare form, okay? And I had to figure out how to do this prepare form, where you can put in all the data. And these names matter, by the way. These names in here. So, for instance, here, Faith. This one's called Faith and Abilities, and I've updated the game, ergo, so I wanted to update this character sheet. And if you do that, you got to remember you're going to lose data in the game if you don't have those same naming conventions. Where is it? What did I do with this sheet? Like this Faith and Abilities right here, and I'll show you that. So that's an important thing. Preparing the form is kind of interesting. Where am I at here? I'm messing up. But preparing the form, I don't know if you all know how to prepare a form. I didn't mean to, and this video is not meant to be about this, but you can actually automate it. So it kind of does it, but then it kind of guesses where things are. And then you have to then clean it up and then rename things that are really important. And so see how this one here says spirit. And then there's spirit there. So if I put a 3 in here, the 3 will pop up in that same, the same naming one. What is this doing? Why does it keep messing me up here? So there's that. I hope I didn't confuse you too terribly. Then I've made a new. Is this the new one? So I made a new one here. With I realized when they're inputting information on this big block here, it's not very helpful. I feel like they need some columns, because when they type it, it goes to here and then return. And so they have like a list here and then this all is white space, and then they would have to use a tab or something to start using this. But so I was like, So I made it where, let me put the prepare form on this one just so you can see. So I made these, these different squares here, so that they have a little more columns to type stuff in. And I'm still sort of tweaking it, but and in this you can edit. Instead of me, although I need to edit it in the actual rule book, but here I've edited. You can edit and rename things and type, change it around and stuff like that, which is what I've done in here. And I need to go do it in the rule book now. That's the thing about designing a game. It gets tough when you're making all these different things, and then you have a little fix and you fix it, but wait a minute, I've got 37 other places I got to update that fix, And that's been a big time consuming part. And I tried to unify everything into one game rulebook, and so that it would be so easy. But I'm not doing that anymore. I've stopped doing that because I'm like, I want it to be organic like this and crazy and a little weird. So I've decided when I started unifying it all, I felt like the soul was being sucked out of me in that sense. I didn't want it to be that unified. So oddly, I'm going back to just being crazy and having to deal with it this way. Okay. Anyway, boy, that was all over the place. The PDF now that I was showing you is here, the same one, and I did the second edition here. So I'm using the original PDF, and I don't want to change it, even though I want to update it to the new one, because we're in the middle of a campaign, right? And I don't want to mess up the character sheets initially. And I figured out how to do it now, and that's actually what this video is really about. But I wanted to let you, at least in case you didn't know how to set up the PDFs. So what I did, and here's the new character sheet, but the old character sheet is, wait, do I have a character that has the old character sheet? This guy. So this is the old character sheet with, you see how it's only got the one block here. And the name of this in the PDF is different from the new name I put in for the new character sheets. Then, this block here, it doesn't have faith and abilities as the name of that block, or this fill-in form. And I could go back and change it, but I'm like, what else can I do? So I've just figured out, and this is through a fluke, but I figured out how you can have the generic PDF. Oh, and how you set this up. Here, let me just create a new character just so you can see. So if I'm creating a new character, delete me, right? Here's the token or character sheet or whatever. In here, because in the when I showed you over here in the settings thing, I'm just gonna go right back to it just to show you. Configure settings under PDF pager. I selected that PDF that they had the fillable form and everything. I prepared that and selected it here. So there it is. And here, when I say PDF sheet now, I select under the sheet here. I select PDF sheet, and boom, it pops up that original. Okay, that's in the default settings. But now that I have the new character sheet, I'm like, what do I do? Because I can switch this, right? But then I'll lose that the data from that one form. The other ones work fine because they all have the same naming conventions in the PDF, which is really interesting. I actually tried to find how I could export this PDF out as a backup, because I didn't know if we would lose. I wasn't confident in this holding all this information and you want to have your own PDF, a hard copy of it. But there's no, kind of a bummer. I can't really. There's nothing. I can't figure that out, and I don't think there's that option. And when I thought, maybe it's saving this PDF, in the game somewhere, but it's not. It's saving it into the data, and so it's always pulling up the generic PDF and then filling in the data from the scripting or programming. So I found where that is, but it's all kind of it's all messed up in the data there. It's not really usable that way. So what can I do? Okay, the simple way to back it up, I just take screenshots now, every now and then, just to have a backup of their character sheets, and I just save it to the file, to my YouTube channel where I save the episodes. So I'll just save it in there. I just did that today and realized, I should just do that real quick. So I took a double, I pulled up two of them, took a screenshot, saved that out, just in case. So I did that, so that's good. But now, so now I want to change this old PDF to the new PDF, but I don't want to take out the old PDF yet. So it makes me a little nervous. So under custom PDF, you can actually pick that new guy here and it'll update to that custom PDF. So that's kind of neat. And what I did is I just copied this part, picked the new PDF. Let me just do that. And this character has passed away. So, and here's the new second edition with the split columns. And save custom, and I gotta close this and then open this guy again. Where is he? Poor guy. Oh no, this one didn't die. But he's not playing because he's a young guy. He just wasn't into it, which is fine. There, so I pasted it in there, and then I can move the stuff around. Like put this under skills. This is his character actually. He's an alien or crab guy. So here's the skill. So that's it. So there's more columns now, and all the other stuff is still in there. This is the new custom PDF. So that's interesting that you could have the generic PDF and then the custom. And I could probably switch these over to. I could probably now that I have this working, I bet I can now turn this PDF. Go in and do the change the regular PDF to the new one. But I'm going to hold on for a little bit just in case there's any issues. But that's kind of interesting to know. If you're using PDF Pager and Foundry, and especially for the little RPG, that's the PDF part of that. That's how to do that. You got to know how to make PDFs. You got to know how to edit PDFs and prepare the form, which is the fill in blank stuff. You got to understand the concepts there. And in there you got to know about centering the forms, making sure they're centered, making sure that you have the right font size you want, because obviously, and the auto size makes them pretty small. So I made these ones 18, like font 18. I forced them to font 18 just so they'd be bigger. But it's fun to do. It's interesting. It's neat because I can create these myself. I don't have to worry about having some big plugin to do the characters or character sheets, and the character sheets are right there for them to use, and it's good for me to see the characters and just see what they got, and I can see how they're doing and correct, like for instance Titan Fitz here, he did some stuff wrong here, so I just put a note in there to correct that. It's almost like I feel like a school teacher. But so just a quick video on how to use, if you got your own little custom game, or if you do it for the little RPG, how you can put the PDF in there for the characters, so they can use them. And there it is. Okay, and very weird sizing feel to this thing. See, I'm trying to size it and it gets kind of weird. You got to go slowly with the little thing here to move it. If you go too fast, you'll leave it. So you got to hold it and stay with it to resize it. If you want to resize it. Oops, I went too fast there, see? Now it's going crazy. I got to carefully. Yeah, and then I got to deselect it in the same spot. All right. I got stuff to do. PDF Pager, PDFs in a custom game on Foundry. And Game of Life. Roll a dice.